Have you ever wondered what led to the dramatic shift in Australia's political landscape during the federal election of 1996? As we turn back the pages of history, we find ourselves caught in the political tension brewing in the land down under. A year prior to the election, John Howard, the determined leader of the coalition, strategically maintained a low profile. Instead of focusing on specific policy proposals, he cleverly highlighted the Labour government's extensive tenure and governing record. As the months rolled on, it was becoming increasingly evident that the Australian electorate had grown weary of Labour and its leader, Paul Keating. The phrase that echoed through the streets and homes of Australia was Keating's own ill-fated admission: the recession we had to have. This statement resonated with deadly force among the voters. Even though Keating's grand vision of republicanism, reconciliation with Australia's Indigenous peoples, and engagement with Asia garnered support within Labour's urban constituencies, it was Howard who managed to draw in the mainstream Australians. He united middle-class suburban residents with traditionally Labour-voting blue-collar workers, promising to retain Medicare and hold a constitutional convention to decide Australia's potential move towards becoming a republic. As we see, the stage was set for a political showdown between John Howard and Paul Keating, with the Australian public eagerly awaiting the outcome. On the 2nd of March, 1996, Australians went to the polls with a clear desire for change. The Labour Party, under the leadership of Paul Keating, had been in power for 13 long years, and the signs of voter fatigue were evident. Keating's infamous line, "The recession we had to have," had struck a chord with the electorate, and not in the way he might have hoped. The economic downturn had left many Australians struggling, and the statement seemed to epitomize a government out of touch with the hardships faced by ordinary people. Keating's grand vision of an Australia reconciled with its Indigenous peoples, engaged with Asia, and transitioning to a republic did hold appeal for many, particularly within Labour's urban constituencies. Yet, it seemed to miss the mark with the broader electorate. These big-picture ideas, while noble, appeared distant and disconnected from the immediate concerns of many voters. Meanwhile, John Howard, leading the coalition, was able to tap into this disaffection. Steering clear of detailed policy proposals, he focused his attacks on the Labour government's record and longevity. Howard's approach resonated with a cross-section of Australians, uniting middle-class suburbanites and traditionally Labour-voting blue-collar workers under a common cause. His assurances to retain Medicare and hold a constitutional convention on the Republic question further bolstered his appeal. This election day would prove to be a turning point in Australian politics. The results of the 1996 election marked a significant shift in Australia's political landscape. The electorate had grown weary of Labour and, in particular, of Paul Keating. John Howard, on the other hand, had managed to tap into the sentiments of the Australian public, uniting the middle-class suburban residents with traditionally Labour-voting blue-collar workers under the banner of the coalition. His strategy of presenting a small target had paid off. He had strategically refrained from detailing specific policy proposals in the run-up to the election, focusing instead on criticizing the longevity and governing record of the Labour government. Howard's approach resonated with an electorate eager for change. But it wasn't just about winning votes. Howard had made clear promises to the Australian people. He vowed to retain the popular healthcare system, Medicare, a decision that appealed to the broad and diverse Australian electorate. He also promised to hold a constitutional convention, a forum to decide whether Australia would become a republic. This commitment reflected a willingness to engage with the big-picture issues that mattered to Australians. Thus, the 1996 federal election marked a pivotal moment in Australia's political history, setting the stage for the Howard era.